Hey, everybody, welcome back to another edition of Revisit. And again, just trying to revisit and refresh everything going into the new spring 2021 season, which, again, needless to say, we are all thrilled to have some form of football coming up in the next handful of weeks. Yes, I know it's hard to believe if you look outside and there's 2 feet of snow and winds and below zero temperatures, but yes, we are planning on playing football first day of practice. March 3rd, first game March 19th, and I can't think of a better person to bring in. We're talking about snow and fields and everything else, and my friend Chris Schremp over at Prairie Ridge. Chris, have you started shoveling out the field yet? Yes or no?
Not yet.
Okay.
But I'm sure all of my opponents would say, well, you're doing that on purpose. Your field's crappy anyway. We're used to that. No, they're coming up with a plan. Our district, they are going through right now. They started, I think, over at Crystal Lake South today, clearing some of the snow off. So, that's just I'm just planning for, any kind of environment that we could possibly deal with. We've dealt with really bad field conditions in the past.
Yep.
So we'll play, any conditions. Let's just get out there and play at this point.
We don't want to get in a whole field talk again, do we?
No, because you know what? It's not worth it. You and I have talked about our district's fields, and it's rough. It's not the best scenario. No. We've got great teams and
great people and great administrators, and It's a wonderful place on a Friday night. Go watch a game, and you got great media. You just don't have great fields. And
somehow we don't follow through with that. I don't know why. But
we're just going to leave it at that. And Chris, we're going to give them a bar to aim for. We're going to set that bar, and we're going to hope that they can come up and meet that bar someday.
Hey, I've adapted and embraced it,
and you've overcome.
So that's the only way we can do it. So.
All right.
And you guys wonder why we never, we don't throw the ball or things like that.
Yeah,
that's part of it.
I kind of had a feeling that played into it, but
yeah.
Sure. But hey, just keep doing what you're doing. It's been working so far. Why screw things up? So,
I think we're doing all right.
You are. I mean, no one saw this coming, obviously. It's been an absolute mess. And again, if we would have had this conversation a couple weeks ago, would you thought we would have had a spring season?
No, it was getting to crunch time there, in January, and hearing all the rumors and whatnot. I'm just glad we're getting something, and kind of like the field talk, we're just embracing what we have and what we can do. And from the start, I told our staff back in September, July, August, September, when we were kind of having those contact days, whether we play or not, let's just have a good time with our kids. Let's give them a good experience with football, because we all know when the kids leave high school, those football players, the number one thing they remember is football. Yeah. As much as we'd like to think that they remember, math and science and social studies classes that they take. They remember those times on the football field and the times with their friends. And we were just trying to make the best of whatever scenario they were going to give us. So I have a lot of hope that we play our 6 games and everything goes well. But we're going to embrace every day that, we can together. Because you as a coach and you see it, you grow close to some of these guys. It's sad when they're gone. Yeah. And we just want to do the best we can with the seniors that we have, and make the best for it, with those guys, because they deserve that.
And you and I talk about this all the time, and I've certainly for years have tried to make it almost fact at this point, but it's such a great area and such a great community that you're in that entire Fox Valley Conference. How strange was it? I mean, first of all, for yourself personally in the fall with no football and being available on Friday nights, I can't even imagine the hangover over that entire area on Friday nights in the fall. It had to be really, really tough.
Yeah. Well, as we all know, it wasn't just our area, it's the state. And it was hard. I had to find my football outlet. And I know they wrote an article around here. I was helping out a guy, a former Crystal Lake South graduate who wanted to run our offense, who was coaching up in South Dakota. His name is Vince Benedetto. And that's how I got through on my Friday nights. I'd watch his live stream, and we'd talk the next day about him running the offense and what he could do better, and and how I could help him and his staff. And that kept my football, brain in it. And that's how I got through that. And I think most coaches found a different outlet, during that time. And I was thankful we had those contact days, those practices that we were allowed to have. Wasn't the same, but at least it was something. So
yeah. What are you up to now? What do you got you guys doing? Are you guys kind of working on their own conditioning, or what are they up to?
Yeah, no, we're here. Actually, our guys are right down. They're in the weight room right now, lifting, doing a lot of conditioning. I was talking to our coaches who help run our lifting program. The biggest thing I'm concerned about is early on in the season, those soft tissue injuries. And, we don't want a muscle pull that, takes 3 to 4 weeks to heal. And, in any season that would hurt. But, oh, my gosh, when you're only playing 6 games, that kid's season could be over. So we're really trying to take an emphasis on getting the kids warmed up and stretched out and doing different things to make sure, we can kind of proactively hopefully treat maybe some injuries or some problems that the kids have had in the past and just be smart about it as we approach. I think probably the biggest thing for most of the teams out there, like any, but this one's so unique, keeping the kids, healthy, and not only just this, obviously the COVID, being aware of that, but just the, injuries in general that just come up in your season.
I mean, I had a talk with a player, one of the players recently, one of the seniors, and when I kind of talked about 2019, it just kind of hit him, and he goes, man, I can't believe how long it's been since I even put a helmet on. And in a lot of ways, is this going to be, at least early on, almost a really return the basics and making sure your guys fundamentally have got their stuff down?
I mean, I can't believe the last time I coached a game was against East St. Louis in the state championship. Yeah. Like, that seems so long ago.
No,
it seems like years ago. Like, I was talking to our principal about this, and I kind of brought up in the conversation, well, yeah, our last game was, the state championship. And he looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, yes, our last game was against East St. Louis. And, it seems like so much has happened since then. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. As far as those seniors that return, I mean, what do you got coming back? I know you were pretty senior heavy in 2019, and who are some of the highlight names that we need to watch out for?
Yeah, we've got about 5 guys coming back roughly on both sides of the ball. Most people know Carter Evans. I mean, that's the name that most people look out for, with obviously his family legacy and his 30-some offers. So we've got him coming back on both sides. Really looking forward to having him back healthy and ready to go. He's been playing basketball and doing well with that. So looking to have him back as a force on, fullback, and probably playing some linebacker for us this year. And then on defense, Ty Baker, just an all-around, just great kid. Just like one of those high school guys that you love to have him on your team. And you love to have him, hate to see him go, but when they leave, he's going to be successful. He's just one of those kids. And so he's coming back. Matt Fryer is another guy in our secondary that we're going to be looking towards. Mason Laux is a kid who started for us in 2019 in the secondary, and then another defensive player, Patrick Gardner, on our D line, who got a lot of time there. So about 5 coming back on defense. So excited about that core. We got a lot of young, athletic linebackers coming up too. So I don't want to mention any names there. They got to earn it first. So, don't want to put them on the radar until they deserve it. Couple guys on offense that I really think really could surprise some people, and it's one kid who, boy, oh boy, he got hurt in the state championship game, and that we struggled on offense when he got hurt. Tegan Trost, just scored every way imaginable when he was a junior for us. He's going to come back. He's going to be our quarterback, and I think he's a kid who probably could have really surprised some recruiters and might have gotten some bigger offers, but he just got great news yesterday because he's an extremely smart kid. He's going to be going to Wash U down in St. Louis. He's just you got to be so smart to get into that school.
Yeah.
But for him to be able to get into that school and play football, it's a huge thing for his future, being able to go to a school like that. So right choice for him and his future, but he is a dynamic athlete. And, it was a shame, like I said, that he got hurt in our state championship game. Not that I'm saying that East St. Louis we could have won, but we might have been a little closer if he was still on the field for that game. As always, I think kind of one of the things we've always produced is some good offensive linemen. And I think you and some of the other college recruiters know of Ryan Pearson. Going to end up, I think, going to Platteville.
Okay.
But he's been a guy who we've had the last couple of years up on our O-line, really contributed a lot. Will probably come back and play center for us this year. So excited about him. Now, a junior that we have that started for us in our last state championship run here, Jack Schnorr. He's a kid that's just athletic and has grown. He's now about 6'3". I had him on the scale in the weight room yesterday. So recruiters, I'm not exaggerating here. He's 6'3", he's 280 and athletic. And I think he's going to really open up some eyes. He's someone that he's going to go somewhere. Yeah. And he's got a little bit of a mean streak and just enough of that. I'm fortunate. We get a lot of really smart players. He's a smart kid, but also has that mean streak in him that, every O-line coach wants to really want to get after it. And he's one of those guys. So you look at him. I went back and I watched his last all the playoff games, and he was just so slim and just undersized for us. And he played our backside tackle, and now he looks completely different.
Almost sounded like you were describing a Shane Evans for a minute.
He's not quite that big yet. I would say probably in the more of the realm of Jeff Jenkins than a Shane Evans. Yeah.
Yep. Very good.
Because Jack was a basketball player. He can move. He can move. He's not quite to the size of Shane, but holy cow, he's getting there. Like every day I see him, and it looks like he's getting a little bit bigger in some direction.
I always like Shane's mean streak.
Yeah.
A little bit of a mean streak, which I always enjoyed out of him. And
that's what gets you to NIU and then Purdue.
Yep.
And, so yeah, you got to have that up front.
No doubt. Now your schedule, I know we were talking about a little bit, and you guys are doing a little bit something different in the Fox Valley. So lay it out for us. How did the schedule work out?
Yeah, the ADs got a little creative, and they tried to separate our sides in the two like divisions, like a North Division, South Division, and then so we have those 5 scheduled games, and I guess they figured in one crossover, and then at the end, the last game, they're trying to do like a, what they're calling a bowl game. So you can come up with the name of the bowl for us, because we're not good. We're not good at naming things. Remember, we were the Fox Valley Fox and the Fox Valley Valley.
Like, come on, really?
Remember those awesome names?
I mean, you made the public league sound like geniuses when they came up with their conference names. That's really hard to do.
Yes. So that was awesome when they came up with those names. So
so is there a bowl committee? So
then they're just going to match up like whoever finished first, second, third after that.
Fair enough.
So the one nice thing for our schedule is we play everybody in our school district. So we'll play Crystal Lake South, Crystal Lake Central, and everybody will be happy to see Carey's on our schedule. We keep that alive, which is good. And then we start out with McHenry and then finish up with Jacobs.
Good. Well, they kept Carey on the schedule and they didn't put him week 1. That's a win.
Yeah, hallelujah. I'm never a fan. Like, that's when I seen that the last few years, it's like, oh man, it's just,
I know. Just not right.
Just more. Well, it's not. Yeah, it's, and then it's the build up all off season, and it's all the kids talk about. It's good, I guess, maybe for the fans, but as the coach, I don't like it that week.
Yeah, if you're on the wrong side of that, it's not good at all.
Yeah, no, not at all. No, you're right.
As far as our White Sox are concerned, what's your big concern going into the season?
Oh boy, White Sox talk already. My big concern, let me think. Obviously pitching.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know. They keep on saying. I know a lot of people hate Adam Eaton, and I'm not a big Adam Eaton fan.
Me neither.
But I get what they were going to.
Yeah, I do too.
I think. I got to use the right word. You want that guy with a little edge to him.
Yes.
And we obviously didn't have that guy. Back when they won the World Series, you had AJ, and AJ was the guy you hated.
Right.
If he was on the other team, but if he was on your team, you loved him.
Yep.
He's like your Dennis Rodman type.
Yep.
And I think that's what they were thinking when they added Adam Eaton. And to get that little bit of an edge. Now, we don't like him because of that Drake LaRoche thing and like that ridiculousness. I think back of those times of the White Sox, I'm almost embarrassed to say I was a fan at that time. But that's what I was thinking. And I don't know, maybe it'll work out. Who knows? Maybe the second time around it'll be good.
Yeah.
That's my hope.
Yeah. I think my biggest concern is I don't know if I want Andrew Vaughn as my starting DH to start the season. Just scares me a little bit.
Yeah, I could see that. But I think that too is – come on, he was what number pick? The 3rd pick of the draft?
Yeah.
You got to give the guy a shot at some point. And it sounds to me like, all right, they made some moves, but I think it sounds like Rick Hahn's got a little money in his back pocket to go if they need to find somebody. Look at our DHs. Like, come on, it can't be worse. Vaughn has to be better.
I know.
He has to be better than our list of our last 10 DHs.
Speaking of bar, can we set a lower bar for DH? I mean, if you can literally hit your weight, you're fine. We can carry you.
I looked that up like back in the summer. Like
it's going to frustrate the hell out of you because
it's almost as bad as the Bears' first round draft choice.
Yep.
The last 5 years.
I know.
So
I know.
Yeah.
Well, all right, my friend. It was good to get caught up. I know that you guys will be ready come March 19th, and continue to stay safe. And looking forward to getting a fun spring in here, and then hopefully trying to get back some sense of normalcy and look ahead to 2021 in the fall and bigger and better. So.
Yeah, it'll be great to hopefully, soon last week, all our teachers, we got the vaccine here in McHenry County. So that was like Like that felt like we finally took a step forward.
Yep.
And taking those baby steps, seeing the basketball players play, like that just felt like, all right, we're getting close. Not there, but you know what? We're getting close. We're getting a little closer to playing, and that was exciting.
Yeah, no doubt. Baby steps for sure. So,
yeah.
All right, Chris, you're the best. Thank you.
All right.